Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the first ever episode 27 of Expansion Drive Podcast, your weekly source for all things nerdy. Ladies and gentlemen, happy N7 Day!
Hey,
Yay!
Mass Effect reference.
Yeah, do you guys know what N7 is in Mass Effect?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, just making sure.
Okay.
Brittany? No, you're going to say no. As always, I'm your host, Mike Harrigan, with my favorite, worst producer ever, friend to the left, Black Nose Prime himself. We're still awake, sort of. Didi.
He looks like he's barely awake, to be honest.
I'm seriously
I
barely
contemplated
awake.
Are you
like
sleepwalking, Didi?
I was just saying, I contemplated like doing the gimmick where we're just still sleeping.
Whoa.
And in the third rotating chair to the right, Miss Blue Sky Beauty herself, Miss Tori Fett.
Hello there. Hello. Oh, Tori Fett. Yeah.
Oh, I did say Tori Fett.
Yeah, you
Why
never
did I say that?
say that because that's my.
I think I meant
Twitter name.
the Twitter name
Tori
maybe.
Fett, so.
Yeah, why did I say Fett? Why Miss Tori Fox?
Because if you look at a
Same-
screen name
same
long
thing.
enough, that's what
Maybe,
you want to
yeah,
call
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Because I do that to people.
And
Oh.
returning to the show after much demand,
Yeah.
Miss Brittani Tuttle.
Hello.
Yay!
love
Really,
the applause.
really
Thank
nobody
you.
asked for it, but yeah.
One person asked for it. I saw it on Twitter. Someone asked for it.
One person.
One
asked
person.
For it.
One person. That's all
Your
that
wish
matters.
is granted. You're welcome.
Yay!
one
So like I said, we're your go-to source for all things nerdy. Maybe some movies, video games, TV, wrestling sometimes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really functioning yet. Well, we just recovered from Extra Life over the weekend. Didi and I gamed for 24 straight hours.
Well, technically, he gamed for 24 hours,
yeah.
and I gamed
Yeah.
for 20. I did 20. But I was up for 24 hours.
yeah, that was crazy.
What happened to the other 4?
Yeah. What happened?
So
He was late.
I was, well,
Oh, yeah, I
because
saw your tweets.
I did not pack everything.
Yeah, you
Oh
brought
my
over a lot of
God.
stuff.
I brought over a lot of
You
stuff.
did. You brought over your whole like gaming compound.
I did, and that stunk.
What do you mean that stunk? I thought it was a pretty cool setup.
I mean, packing up everything.
And packing it back up.
I had
Yeah.
to make sure I had everything because I was like, oh man, and then everything that I needed, I forgot my headphones. A good pair of
Sad.
headphones.
Are they at the house? At my house?
No. I'm talking
Oh.
about.
Yeah,
coming
you
over.
mean these awesome headphones that
Yeah.
Tori's making fun of me before the show? Said I look like a nerd, but guess what? This is
No,
a
I
nerd
said you look like a
podcast.
dork.
It's all the same.
It's not all the same.
I love these headphones.
Aren't they
They're
amazing?
amazing.
Do you use the custom sound audio stuff?
Yes, I do. I
Is it
did it for
amazing?
Horizon. I did for
Yeah.
Uncharted,
Yeah.
Last of Us. It's
Hey.
so nice.
Look at that.
But yeah, we gamed for 24 straight hours. We raised $265.
Hey.
That wasn't our goal, but still, that's $265 for the kids over there at Children's Miracle Network. Had a lot of fun. Tori, you even came over and played some games with us.
Fun.
Played was that the Jackbox
We played-
Party Pack
yeah,
thing?
Quiplash and I thought, oh my god, that was so much.
They're a
fun.
lot of fun, right?
I've never played that before.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And I
They're
went
amazing.
before with you. So
Did you get Didi?
Yeah,
in,
you did.
VR?
I was so surprised.
No, that's the one that we didn't do.
Ah,
But-
man.
Well, by the time that we were gonna do VR, that's when we're like, yeah, there's no way. Like my eyes can't handle it. Like we're both so tired. We
Yeah.
played
The
Friday the
internet
13th for a
needs
long.
that.
Yeah, but we'll get back to it
Yeah, we
sometime
played
soon.
Overwatch and Friday the 13th for it. We played Overwatch, what, 3 hours? Friday the
No, I
13th?
think it was like 4.
Yeah, you're right. It was
God.
4 hours.
And I
then
think Friday the 13th was close to that as well. Yeah.
3, 4, almost, 3 hours.
We had Lissa Lynn,
Hey.
friend of the podcast.
Shout out to Lissa Lynn.
She was playing Friday the 13th with
Travis,
us.
and Travis Coaster.
She's awful. Yes, Travis Coaster. He's playing with us too. He played Overwatch with us.
Mhm.
Shout out to Carl Medbury for hanging out
God.
with the full 24 hours
He's-
with us.
he
Shout
is
out.
the
Oh my
MVP.
God, no way.
Yeah, the full 24 hours.
He was
Carl
chatting
Medbury.
us up and making sure that we're still awake.
Wow.
Right around I think like the 3-4 o'clock hour. We were bad. We were about ready to fall asleep. So we started finding like just random YouTube songs and there's like 90s and 2000s and 80s trivia or whatever. And Carl's like, hey, I remember that song when I went to high school and this and that.
Yeah.
Keeping
And-
you active.
yeah, it was good. It was good.
That's awesome.
But
We
Very
should all
good.
do it next year together.
I'm down.
I'm
down.
I invited you to come over. You said, yeah,
I was-
I'll come over.
I was so tired when I got home.
You were tired. You were tired.
That's a good point. That's a fair
You were
point.
tired. I hope you were working for like 15 straight hours and had to work another 9 hours after. You
I
did
had
not
to
have to work
play
24 hours.
Yeah,
in
we're
front of children.
Yeah, sure,
and
sure,
stand
sure.
on my feet for
We had-
hours. Tori can relate. She understands. It's exhausting.
I can relate.
Oh yeah, well
It
we
is
had to
exhausting.
drink Monster Energy and eat crappy food. Well, not crappy
I didn't
food,
even
but
get
No,
to
no, no.
eat till
Some
I got
delicious
home.
Well,
food.
no,
Thank
we're
you,
talking
Fraka.
We're talking about
At
Reese's
least you did it from the
Pieces.
comfort of your own home.
I shouldn't say crappy food, like food that's crappy for us. I should say.
Don't say that about
But
Frocka's cooking.
Frocka made pulled pork.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
man,
it
it
was
was
so
good.
good. No. The
It's so
star of
good.
the show was that homemade barbecue.
Oh,
That was
the mustard
based.
barbecue
It was,
sauce?
like,
Oh.
spicy.
I still dream about those corn dogs she made that one
Oh,
night
that
when
was so
Josh
good.
and I came
Oh,
over.
yeah.
Oh my
She's great.
god.
You should just open a restaurant.
She should. She should. Yeah.
You should.
I can't relate.
Yeah. What? You didn't have the pulled pork?
Yes, you had.
I didn't have the mustard sauce.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because you don't do barbecue, or
I
you don't do mustard.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't do mustard.
What if I put ranch on
You
it?
should have at least tried
Ew!
it. though.
Oh, you jerk! I
It's
fell
only
right
mustard.
into that.
It doesn't mean that it's straight up mustard.
That's what we tried telling him, but he wasn't listening.
Mm.
But as always, sponsor of the show, we'd like to thank MEI Travel, Mouse Fan Travel, and Universal Fan Travel for sponsoring the show, as always, each and every week. Didi, they got some new deals going on this week. Or not just week, but for going on right now. Are you ready for this?
I heard deals.
Deals, exactly. So they have this crazy booking window. Right now they got BOGO, 50% off your second guest. They have Kids Sale for Less, 25% off the third and fourth guest.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Double upsell. You score up to $200 in instant savings and up to $200 to spend at sea when you book during the double upsell.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Guess what? They're still not done. A Northeast bonus. Kids age 12 and under sell free on select Anthem, Adventure, and Grandeur of the Sea sailings.
So when,
Do I
so
look
you're gonna,
like I'm under 12?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes,
Some
2 kids are under
pigtails, less
12.
Makeup,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And then guess what? Deck the holidays. They'll also get an extra $150 to spend at sea when they sail during the holidays. I want to go to sea during the holidays.
Yo.
I don't have to spend it with
I
all the
can't,
family
but
I
that would
can't
be cool for
stand.
next
And
year.
Why can't you?
you're going to Disneyland, right?
Yeah. But you're not gonna go till like what? November, December?
This is November.
Oh my god.
Did you
I can't
forget?
believe it's already November.
Halloween was last week. It's November now. It's Christmas.
Listen, I just gained 24
It's already
hours.
Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It's Thanksgiving.
If you ask me and Banks, it's already
We're,
Christmas.
we're going to get there. Just hold on. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh no, we're gonna debate that.
But
That's not gonna
no. Maybe Brittany went somewhere yesterday.
Brittany and
so,
Banks went
yeah.
somewhere.
Oh well,
yeah, we
yeah.
did go somewhere yesterday.
I
Anyway,
saw
finish
that.
your.
So if you would like a free quote with no obligation, reach out to MEI Travel, Mouse Fan Travel, and Universal Fan Travel. Their go-to source for everything Disney, Universal, and the cruises apparently, because awesome deals. So yeah, we talked about what we did over the weekend. We did that, and then of course I saw Thor. Oh, Tori saw Thor. We went and
I
saw
saw
Thor
Thor
together.
too.
It was incredible.
You don't count. You saw it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I saw it a week ago.
Well, you did the media preview, right?
I did.
What did you think?
I freaking loved it. It was so good.
So I
It
said to
was so
Tori
funny.
right after the movie that I think I liked it more than Volume 2
Are you
of
agree? I
Guardians.
think it's one of the best Marvel movies in a while.
Yeah, I think it may be top 3 for me.
It made me fall in love with Taika Waititi.
I agree.
For with who?
That statement.
Taika Waititi, the
The
director.
Oh,
Have you
okay.
watched What We
Oh,
Do in the
yeah.
Shadows?
Yeah. I
Super
watched
good.
that a while ago, and some of the guys from that movie were at Spooky in full costume.
I didn't know that.
Which
That's
I didn't
awesome.
realize there's actually a reference to the movie, to that movie in Thor. The 3 spear towards the vampires. Yeah, and I didn't get it
Oh
until
my
I was
God,
reading the
that's a
Easter eggs that happened. Like, oh yeah, holy crap, yeah, that is totally a
Oh my
reference. But
God.
I think Korg needs to be a Disney Parks character that you can meet.
I think that'd be
want a
amazing.
Korg spin-off movie.
Yeah, he was hilarious. I think he was like one of the top things of the movie. I
Or
thought.
he should have been in Monsters After Dark since they had that lion creature thing
Oh yeah,
in
yeah.
it from Thor.
Now you know who we're talking about. Korg. You read Planet Hulk before, right?
A very
Korg
long time ago.
was like the rock creature guy.
Oh, hi. Korg.
Well, he didn't talk with an accent in the comic book.
He wasn't that hilarious.
He was like the friend of Hulk on.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, now
yeah.
thank you.
Because it really wasn't even really that much about Ragnarok. It really was straight up a Planet Hulk movie.
That's
Not
awesome.
that that's a
You
bad
haven't
thing.
seen it
No,
yet?
no, no, no.
No.
No, he is not. I do not
I played
understand
video
you,
games
sir.
I'm
for a very
so
long time,
offended.
and I work,
And
and
I'm
yeah,
triggered.
Triggered.
and I slept a lot.
You know what you could have been doing while you were sleeping?
Watch Thor Ragnarok.
Exactly.
While you were sleeping? No.
No.
This movie
Well,
deserves attention.
No, when you were
Plus-
not while you were sleeping instead of sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah, go see it at 1:30 in the morning.
I could have.
There was.
The Last Jedi.
By the way, we were so tempted to text you at 1:30 in the morning on Saturday. We're like, yo, guess what?
I probably would have replied. Well, no, I was asleep, but I would have replied in the morning. I hate.
It wouldn't be Expansion Drive with Brittany on the show if we weren't making fun of her, right?
It's okay. I can take it and
Yeah.
then dish it right
Yeah,
back.
yeah, you can take it. But let's go ahead and get into the news.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Didi!
That was not even a good segue.
I know. I just want to keep you on your toes.
He jumped a little bit.
Didi, what are you doing? What are you doing? You don't even have it ready?
You have to say.
No.
It's time for.
Oh, no, that's the questions one. Oops.
Oh,
See?
Oh my
There
God.
we go.
you're not even like my favorite worst producer. You're just the worst producer now.
I am.
Wow. He's been
Oh,
down a
man.
Hey, guess what? You didn't have the audio up, doofus.
I did it.
There you go.
Idiot.
Now I got to be producer too? Is that what you're doing?
Say your bit, Didi. Say it.
Well, guess what? We have 10 items. We got 10 items on the list.
Not
Not
a
a
big.
baker's dozen.
Yeah, she can do it today.
So that's 10. It's more than.
He's tired.
There's a
How's
bunch
it
actually
going?
written by people in the room right here.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey!
So, number one, Universal Orlando releases new details behind the scenes. Look at Fast and the Furious Supercharged.
This seems familiar.
Yeah, I think somebody at the table might have wrote this.
Didi?
So the newest installment in the Fast and Furious universe will open with Universal Orlando's new attraction. Guests will be able to live out the excitement from the films in an exciting, thrilling ride experience. In the ride, guests will encounter more of their favorite Fast characters than ever. For the first time, Tej and Mia will join the cast of the attraction, which includes Dom, Hobbs, Letty, Roman, and criminal mastermind Owen Shaw. Fast and Furious Supercharged will be the only place where guests can see and take photos with 15 Fast and Furious cars, many of which were driven by some of the Fast family members.
Family.
Oh my
There's no
God.
friends.
We're not friends, we're family.
We're family.
Each vehicle is crafted by Dennis McCarthy, the man behind the cars for the films. Some of the cars on display will include Dom's Dodge Charger and Letty's turbo truck. They better have that tank out there.
Why do they have the truck?
Yeah, well, that's one from what, 6, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the concept art, there's like a whole
Oh,
like,
yeah.
smorgasbord
Oh, okay.
of cars in the queue area.
Is the green Lamborghini there? Or is it orange?
I would have to go
Orange.
look at
Orange.
the concept
Is
art.
the Hulk car there? That's all I know about
Oh.
Fast
that
and
it's
Furious.
it's
That's
it's
all I
Are they
know.
gonna move
it is
it?
at the Incredible Hulk coaster.
I wonder if they would move it.
It's still
I
there.
don't know how many will be
haven't
originals
even
though.
looked.
They, like,
because,
redid it.
There's a tour going around of like a stunt show for themed to Fast and the Furious in Europe right now, and they have a lot of the original cars. So some of these might be originals or copies
Wow.
or replicas.
So going further into the article, songs from the film soundtracks will fill the queue rooms as scenes from the movies play. Guests will travel through recognizable locations like the family room and Tej's high-tech war room. That they better have the food, the little snack machine that Roman's trying to get into.
Yeah.
Guests are then invited to attend a race after party that can't be missed, and Tej
gosh.
will arrange for a custom
Sounds like
party
Rock and
bus
Roller
to
Coaster,
take.
like a bad
That's
thing.
exactly what I was thinking.
Get him a super stretch.
Wait a minute. A custom party bus to take everyone there. The buses will be similar to those of Skull Island Reign of Kong. On the way to the party, Dom calls in a panic. Owen Shaw is headed straight for the party bus.
Oh,
Oh my
no.
goodness.
It's Luke Evans. Yes.
A high-speed chase begins, and guests must trust that the Fast family will save them. Will that be enough to keep everyone safe from Shaw's clutches? More details on the ride will be released as the opening date approaches. Fast and Furious Supercharged opens in Universal Studios Florida next spring.
So
no
wait a sec-
specific date has
but-
been released yet.
But wait a second. I could have easily wrote this article. What's this thing
Wow,
about?
Didi.
It's a simulator.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
excited
it.
about this at all.
Can
I'm
I?
not gonna lie.
I'm gonna
Thank
make
you.
another meme, and it's just of Didi sitting straight faced, and it says it's a simulator. And now, if I ever get another press release about a ride like this, I'm just gonna put the title and then your picture, and then that'll be it.
That's it.
That's perfect.
But all right, so you read the press release. Maybe you get a little bit more information on what we do.
Yeah.
Is it going to be more like Reign of Kong? Because I never rode the other ride
It
before.
is.
From what I understand, it won't have as much outdoor components as Kong has. So, like how if it doesn't rain,
Yeah, you're going
Kong you
outside.
can go outside and then you go in through the big gates, and it's very like monumental and stuff, and then you actually have a ride path.
Yeah.
This, as far as I'm aware, you like pass through these scenes, and some of them are located in the queue as you go to the load area. And then you get on it, and then it goes to like this platform where it makes it look like it's going really fast. But I don't know if there are transitions.
I actually really like Reign of Kong. I don't know if have you rode it, Didi?
I did
I don't
ride
like
it.
Reign of Kong. I
Yeah,
think
me
it's
neither.
anticlimactic.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
I'm talking about the ride itself.
He went. No, I'm talking about the entire. Yeah, I'm talking about the entirety of the ride.
I think
He goes into the cave, and you're like, oh my god.
No,
now
I'm not
it's
talking
gonna
about like
get
the
real
storyline.
exciting.
I'm just talking about like
there's a
I
storyline?
like the design of
Oh,
the
I
ride
thought you
itself.
meant, like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm not
okay.
talking about like, oh yeah, this is Kong, whatever.
I mean, the design is nice up until like I don't know 5 minutes in when you hit the screens and it's just screens for like the rest of the time.
Well, I was good.
I'm sorry. I think the design is nice
No, the design is nice, but
until
Yeah.
you get to the ride itself.
You don't like it at all.
Oh,
like
it's a
the
mission
theming-
simulator.
you don't like the giant
You like-
bats. The giant bats are really cool. I love that.
Okay, I'm not.
Well,
gonna
I
lie,
like
that's
that
pretty
it
cool.
is a
It's really
simulator,
cool.
but it doesn't feel like a simulator.
No, it feels like a
It does. In
simulator.
some
It looks
parts, I thought
experience.
was like real. I was
the
like,
parts
whoa.
with
Yeah.
the dinosaur definitely feel like a simulator. They could have used more practical sets, kind of like how Pandora with the Navi River Journey mixes practical sets and screens.
Absolutely.
They could have utilized that more, I think, especially with those huge physical sets when the ride first begins.
Hmm.
But
How would they do that with Fast and Furious though? It's got to be fast. You know, it's got to make you feel like that.
I'm furious.
that I honestly like. I'm not one of the people that religiously loves these movies.
Why?
How dare you?
Me neither.
I
Well,
just-
my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, is that it's supposed to be very similar to the. Oh my god,
the
everything's
tram
falling.
tour in Hollywood.
The tram tour in Hollywood.
Basically,
which is,
we're getting a port of
not
it, just
great.
like
Really?
held in one show building. And then Banks told me that it takes turns and things, and it's kind of like how Kong is, but it has screens.
Oh my
Ooh!
god! I'm sorry. My laundry just finished. I'm sorry.
How rude!
I am so sorry.
That scared the crap out of me. I'm like, what the heck is going
Can't
on?
wait to.
Oh God,
But-
Didi. Oh,
I
I
don't
love you so
know.
much.
So sorry.
Like-
I'm glad I had the audio down on the board.
Oh, they didn't get that.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I'm so sorry.
That would have killed everyone wearing headphones. I don't know. I feel like Kong is cool, but I expected more with how much they hyped it up, and then it kind of died, and then they just opened it randomly.
Agreed.
I wish that there was more suspense. I wish there was more thrill.
What if it had more cars and more The Rock? Would that help?
No.
Oh, come on,
Yeah,
man.
that does
I'm
nothing.
sorry.
for me.
That
I'm
literally,
excited.
you're not offering me anything.
I know,
Like
you-
I would have rather had something. I don't know. Expand San Francisco or
Well,
do
but I
something
feel like
cool.
you made the argument that it has to be fast, but like the Transformers ride, I feel like simulates pretty fast car movement, and that's sets. And
I don't want
screens.
another Transformer Spider-Man.
I'm not saying exactly like that, but it's an example of that kind of thing being done better.
So
than
I
just
see. I see
screens.
what she's saying. Yeah.
But I think it also is like a capacity thing because that ride can take a lot of
Yeah.
people at one time, and
Mhm.
it's going to have multiple buses. So you have people going through this attraction like crazy, which alleviates some of the crowd in the park, which is something that they need. So I can see why they would put it in. Makes sense. Don't agree with it.
Yeah.
Not really sure how I'll feel about it. I'll ride it when it opens. I rode Jimmy Fallon the day it opened,
Same.
and I think it's
Yikes.
cute for what it is. It didn't rock my world or anything.
Yeah.
But I like Jimmy.
I just
So-
want them to be a dumb Toretto animatronic driving the car.
Oh,
That'd be so awesome.
in the concept
when you
art.
pass, when you pass instead of Kong, you see Dom.
And he's like
If
family.
you look at the concept
Family.
art, all of the buses have like animatronic drivers.
It better have-
So I assume
Could you
that
imagine?
like
Wait, they're animatronic drivers?
every animatronic driver in Kong has its own personality.
yes.
So I would. It's safe
Yeah.
to assume that the same situation would apply with Fast
Skynet.
and Furious.
Wait, so they're not real? I thought they were real drivers.
No,
Are you
Are you
serious?
serious?
This whole entire time you thought they're real
You've
people?
seen the same four people in
Didi.
every picture, and you thought it was.
That's amazing.
Literally,
so
they
sorry.
all
Did you
have
know that Baseline Tap
personalities
House is a thing?
and-
Ow!
Have you heard of Baseline Tap?
I hate you all.
Now the jokes have turned on.
So more Universal news. Banks, I think you wrote this one.
I did not write this one.
So, two new Universal hotels coming to former Wet and Wild site. Universal Orlando and Lowe's Hotels will soon offer 2 new hotel options for families looking for theme park thrills and exclusive benefits with nights starting at less than $100 per night. Let's see here. Set to begin opening in the summer of 2019, the hotels will feature a combined 2,800 guest rooms, including 1,450 two-bedroom suites designed to accommodate families of all sizes. Both options will be value-driven, with nightly rates starting below Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort and Universal's Aventura Hotel. Guests will enjoy a seamless and convenient Universal Orlando experience with early park admission to Universal Florida and Islands of Adventure or Universal's Volcano Bay. Complimentary transportation across the destination and resort-wide charging privileges. Banks writes a lot here, but we know nothing about we don't know the names of it or anything
No.
yet.
I mean, it says Free Spirit and Beachy Tone. It keeps saying things like hang loose. So, like, I guess
Yeah.
it's like beach themed.
Yeah.
That's where we're
I just want to know what it's.
Yeah,
gonna
give
be
me.
themed
I
like.
want exact
I
theming.
Want, I
Okay.
want names.
But so because I actually saw the picture. I actually saw your article yesterday.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Didi
good.
reads.
Shut up. So I have a
He just
question
saw the
though.
pictures.
The Aventura Hotel, isn't that Miami themed, right? Because it's in Miami.
Like
No, is that a value resort too?
Aventura is going to be considered one of the value resorts, but it's more a modern design.
It looks so fancy though. Like,
It's
even
it's like
the
very,
build.
Is that
Well,
like a
very
combination of-
modern.
When we're used to Days In.
Wow.
I want to know.
Or in your case, sleeping at the in the tent. When you're going through all these shows.
Yeah.
Think of Aventura as their value version of contemporary, modern design.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fun.
So the value.
I want to
version of
know
the
how
contemporary.
transportation will work.
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm.
to and
Where
from
are
the
they gonna
parks.
hang loose at?
Well, they
then?
always rumored about that, monorail type deal going back and forth from that area to.
I mean, it is just like a bridge
Yeah.
across,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
still, like that's further away than all their other resorts because it's all right there. So I wonder, like, is everyone gonna have to get a
Yeah.
bus, or are they gonna do like a little waterway thing? I don't know where water would be.
Waterway? Where are you
It'll
gonna put a
be
waterway?
That's what I'm
across
just thinking,
I-4.
Literally, I'm just thinking of transportation
Yeah, yeah.
layoff.
Maybe it'll be like the U.S. Capitol, where there's like a little underground
Oh.
people mover.
That
Under
like a
I-4.
subway.
like a
underneath
tunnel
I-4.
You realize we're in Florida, right?
across I-4.
Yeah, I
Listen,
know. I
Slams.
think Nicole would probably wreck it, but
Yeah.
still, I can dream.
I mean, if Disney has like a boat thing that's like a bridge.
Yeah,
I mean,
Universal
I
could
could
do it.
very easily see a bridge happening. I don't think.
But over I-4.
Oh yeah.
Do you know how long that would take?
Listen,
forever.
Universal. I'll give Universal this. They're quick at
Do you
making
know how
their
many
stuff.
accidents that would cause? Do you know how many accidents were caused by Volcano Bay?
Really?
Yeah, there
I-
was like a thing about how like so many people were crashing their cars because they were like, oh, "Look at that
Yeah.
volcano!" Yeah,
I want to know how
It's
many.
distracting.
Well, I want to know how many crashes were caused this morning because if you don't know, if you're coming I-4 westbound, Kirkman exit is not a left exit anymore. It's
What?
officially a right exit.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I didn't even see. They even changed the sign because I
Yeah.
just drove there just now.
Yeah, I just took these.
Really? Well, maybe both are open. Maybe
Unless you're
the-
thinking,
Are you
thinking of
coming
east?
from downtown or coming from town?
from
Coming-
downtown.
Coming from, okay.
Yeah. When you're going down
Oh,
I-4
okay,
west.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They were saying on this morning on the traffic, saying that make sure if you're getting off Kirkman, make sure you're staying in the right lane this morning. So
What?
I don't know how many accidents that caused.
That's so weird.
Yeah, well, because
Yikes.
they've been working on that new exit for forever
Ever.
now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
finally open now. So let's go. Interesting Disney talks,
Ooh.
or should we save this for Tots?
Oh, I
Because-
thought we were gonna do their holiday gimmick.
Okay,
for
we'll
the
talk.
Tots.
All right, because this is now apparently broken
Is
down,
this
but
current though?
No,
it's
I've
broken
heard-
down. But they say it
It
still
pick
could
back up.
happen.
It
Apparently.
still could happen.
Okay.
So number 3, Disney reportedly held talks to buy 21st Century Fox assets. Executives at 21st Century Fox, the parent company behind Fox's film, TV, and broadcast divisions, have reportedly discussed selling most of the company to Disney. CNBC reports these talks, which have occurred over the last few weeks, noting that there is no certainty of such a deal occurring. According to CNBC, Disney and Fox are not currently discussing such a merger. Both companies declined to comment on CNBC's report. The Wall Street Journal confirmed that Disney held discussions to buy Fox. However, those specific talks are no longer active. Not all Fox reportedly would be sold to Disney, as some aspects of the company would be left behind to give it a tighter focus. Here's what a look would and would not become part of the Disney umbrella. So I'm going to start with the would remain of Fox, just because I think the other is more interesting. So this is what would remain. Fox would retain the Fox Broadcasting Network, as FCC rules prohibit a merger between any of the major broadcast companies, such as Fox, CBS, NBC, and ABC. So you can't have Disney owning both ABC
That's
and Fox.
interesting, though. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. So Fox also would hold on to its sports programming. According to CNBC report, merging with ESPN could be seen as anti-competitive. Disney would reportedly not buy Fox News or its business channels, and Disney would also reportedly not purchase any of Fox local broadcasting affiliates. So this is the interesting stuff here. What Fox would sell to Disney: Fox's film studio, 20th Century Fox, and presumably all of its properties and subsidiaries like Fox Searchlight would be owned by Disney. That would assumedly mean Fox-owned Marvel properties like X-Men and Fantastic Four would return to Disney and Marvel. Additionally, Disney would acquire the rights to James Cameron's Avatar franchise, for which there is already a precedent, as an Avatar land already exists at Disney World. What do you got?
They would also get full rights to A New Hope, too.
Oh,
Pretty sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's true. Disney would reportedly own Fox's TV studio, 20th Century Fox TV, and its productions like Family Guy, 24, and more. Additional Fox networks like FX and National Geographic would reportedly become
Super
owned by
interesting.
Disney. Holy shnikes.
But most importantly, Disney would own Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter.
Oh my
Also,
God.
Anastasia would be a Disney princess.
Because
you
everybody else
guys.
thinks she already is.
Yeah.
That's really cool. What?
Anastasia would be a Disney princess.
People actually care about that movie?
Everybody always thinks
About
that she's a Disney
Anastasia?
movie anyway.
Anastasia is such a
Thank
good
you, Banks.
movie. Whoa,
Thank
I'm
you,
not
Banks.
saying
I-
it's
and a
I'm with Didi and
phenomenal
Banks on this
Broadway
one.
musical.
Thank you, Banks.
movie.
No.
See, Banks
Shut
is
your
not,
mouth.
Yeah.
Banks is my spirit
Banks,
animal.
I'm triggered.
We are one and the same.
Banks, I think you just got some hate from the wife over that way. I'm just saying.
I
That's
can see
one
those,
thing.
Those eyes are salty.
They agree on kids, TV shows, but not Anastasia.
The one interesting thing that I didn't even think about, Ryan Reynolds actually brought it up. So, say this happens, what would happen to Deadpool? Would do you think Disney would
Yes.
let's turn it down a little bit?
No,
yeah, they would turn it down and
Yeah.
they'd have him in it. Absolutely.
It would be like Thor Ragnarok, which is the hardest PG-13 movie
Yeah, I
they've
would
ever put
I
out.
would
Yeah,
agree.
I
would
didn't think
agree.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the first thing I thought about
And-
when I saw Thor.
And he would constantly make jokes about how he's not allowed to make any
Yeah.
more,
I just hope
say any more. I actually think I saw someone write a post about how they would do it if they ever brought Deadpool in, and he'd make jokes. He would only have his one opportunity to curse for the entire movie.
There
one
was a lot of
opportunity.
cursing in Thor, though.
Well, but I think
Not to the extent of what,
rules, I
Deadpool
think the
was.
rule is though you can only use the
F-word
F-word once.
Yeah.
and then it becomes a rated R movie.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was that he could only say the F word once, and he had to use it really good. And then
Yeah.
someone said that,
But
Hugh
that's a
Jackman
really
would
good-
come in
Yeah.
and use it at the very end.
That's a really good joke, though. Like
That'd be funny.
I would
Yeah.
fall for that
Right?
bit. That'd
Right?
be good. Yeah.
Man, could you
I don't know
imagine?
if I want this to happen though.
Why?
What?
I think it opens up good
From a
storytelling.
media standpoint, okay. For some reasons, yes, I absolutely want it to
Mhm.
happen. On other reasons, though, I don't know if I want Disney to run everything.
That's what my buddy.
Well,
we were talking
I mean,
about this today.
yeah.
He was like, "I don't want Disney running everything. It stinks
Because,
that
like,
the studio
yes,
be
I would
gone."
love for Disney to have full rights to A New Hope and to Avatar and to almost like the rest of the Marvel
Yeah.
stuff,
Mhm.
except for Spider-Man, which we'll talk about probably later. But I don't know if I want Disney to run everything because they've already acquired Marvel, they've already acquired Lucasfilm. Like,
Well, that's what we thought about Marvel and Lucas, and they're killing it with both.
Well, that's what
that's
yeah,
fair.
That's what I said. Yeah,
I don't know.
I had doubts, and then they just
I
kill
guess
it
if it
Yeah.
every
and I
time.
also don't want the content that I like from Fox that is more adult oriented, like American Horror Story and Deadpool, and the adult cartoons like Simpsons and Family Guy and American Dad to become Disney-fied and put through the Disney machine and watered down.
But I think they would leave those alone, though. I
That-
think.
Yeah.
I had that thought driving here because I was thinking about this article on the way over here, and I agree with
She's
you.
so
and that-
dedicated.
I am dedicated.
I'm just worried about it. I
no.
don't think it would be a negative thing. I'm just worried about the outcome of the
what it
content
means
that I like.
for the stuff that already exists. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I agree with that. But I was thinking about it, and when I was thinking about prime example is purchasing Marvel. When it happened, I didn't really think anything of it, but afterwards, it's only been great, and they're really smart about letting the people who know what they're doing take
Yeah.
charge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that they would they would own American Horror Story, but I would like to think that they would just let the people that have been doing it so well all this time just continue to do their thing. You
Yeah.
know,
I see that.
I would hope so.
And then
anyway.
it calls to mind the whole Movies Anywhere merger thing
Yeah.
that they did.
Ooh.
So that would mean all of these movies
Oh
would
my
be on there.
God.
Well, I think
forever.
Fox
So
is
that
already
means
on it.
Netflix will die.
Yeah, I think Fox is.
this
well,
could destroy.
that's what a lot of people are wondering.
Netflix.
Well, I was going to say that's what a lot of people are wondering if this is a full-on shot at Netflix, because Disney's already come out and said that we want to do our own streaming service with Marvel and Star Wars and all the Disney stuff or
Mhm.
whatever. And of course Movies Anywhere is a thing, but with that you have to own the movies in order to watch them on this service.
Yeah, because I have the service and all of the DVD, the Disney movies that had the little digital codes in it, were already in the
Yeah.
account when I signed up because
Yeah.
it was all linked to my iTunes.
But with this Disney streaming service, if they own Fox, that's movies that they're only adding to their library that you can stream off of this service for $10 or whatever it is a month.
And if they're on other services, does that mean they go away from those services? And then they're all exclusive to Movies Anywhere? Because then we have a war going
Well, I don't
on.
think it's going to be Movies Anywhere. I think it's going to be this separate service because you remember, like I said,
Right.
Movies Anywhere you have to own those
Yeah.
movies. Or if it's the streaming thing, it's going to be $10 a month for whatever is going to be on there at
Which
that
is
time.
the
Or whatever.
best, yeah.
Right. Then I almost wish they would merge the two.
What?
Like take Movies Anywhere and the Disney streaming service.
No way they'll do that because there's so many
It's
companies.
too big.
Yeah. It's no different than like Apple.
I just
doing
hate
their-
having all these subscriptions.
It's
it's the worst.
hard. It's so hard.
They add up.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Showtime, Movies Anywhere,
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. WWE Network.
WWE
No,
Network.
I don't have that. No, I don't have that.
How dare you?
Oh man,
Josh
I
probably has that. I don't.
Yes, he probably does. So number 4, this is a quick one. DC Shazam movie casts its Billy Batson. Disney Channel star Asher Angel has been
Who?
cast as Billy Batson in New Line's Shazam movie. Variety reports Angel, best known for his work on the Disney Channel series Andy Mack, will star opposite Zachary Levi as the boy who transforms into adult superhero by simply saying Shazam. Green Lantern's Mark Strong is also in talks to star as the film's main villain, Thaddeus Sivana, aka Dr. Sivana, Shazam's longtime arch nemesis.
Wait a second. I thought The Rock was gonna
No.
be Black Adam.
No, well, he is, but he's going to be in his own separate movie. I
What?
thought that at first too, but there's another article talking about how he's not in this movie. He's going to be in his own movie.
Wait,
Whatever.
Black Adam's gonna have his own. A villain is gonna have his own. Okay,
Well, so is Venom. So yeah,
but he's
No one asked for
well,
that.
No offense though, but Venom is. I feel like Venom is far better known than
but
Black Adam.
is he the Rock?
But
I mean, fair,
He's
but
We don't
Yes.
know who Venom is yet.
I don't know.
well, is it Eddie Brock Venom or
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah?
Yeah, we don't know.
we don't even know.
Do we?
Well, the actor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's
Who is it?
Oh God, I can't remember who it was, but yeah, they totally announced it. Who was it? Yeah,
Oh,
Tom
is it-
Hardy.
was that
Yeah,
Tom
they
Hardy?
just
Yeah,
started,
Tom
they
Hardy.
did. They just started
That's
filming
right.
on
That's
it.
right. Yep.
Yeah,
Tom
they just
Hardy.
started production.
It's gonna be a really beefy Venom then, because he's like
Venom is
giant.
beefy.
Yeah, he's
I'm into
huge.
it.
He's massive.
He's huge.
Well, that's why I think.
Huge
You know,
guy.
Well, actual Venom when he's like venomized.
Yeah.
Yes, but
well, that's the thing I'm worried about. So I love Zach Levi. I
love
loved him in
him
Chuck.
so
He's great
much.
in Tangled. He did Broadway stuff. Is he gonna be able to beef up enough to be Shazam?
He's Shazam.
he's gonna have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
He's gonna
You-
have to.
Is he gonna be able to do this?
I don't know.
Wait.
It was like
Billy Bastion is Captain Marvel.
Well, the kid is playing Billy.
Oh,
Zach Levi is
actually
playing
Captain-
Shazam.
is
Yeah.
actually okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. And you know who this guy is? Mark Strong. He was the guy that was in. Yeah, you do. He was in. Oh God, what's the English 007 type movie that we just talking about?
Kingsman.
Kingsman.
Which
He was
one?
the guy that's helping Eggsy.
He's the ball guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, because he was what's his name in Green Lantern? He was who's the yellow dude?
Oh, Sinestro.
Yeah.
Oh. I haven't
That
seen
movie was awful.
since I saw it the first time, so I actually can't picture anything.
So this one,
But-
I'm actually very, very hyped about because I'm tired of spending all this money on video games. You probably didn't hear about this yet.
I heard about
You
this
read-
morning.
all right.
It's pretty awesome.
So
Yeah.
number
This
5,
is-
GameStop to launch unlimited used game rental service.
Woo!
GameStop has announced a new unlimited used game rental service, and it's launching next week. According to advertisement posted on Reset Era, the subscription service called Power Pass lets you rent a used game, return it, and then rent another title as often as you'd like over a 6-month period. At the end of the 6-month period, you'll get to keep any one of the games you rented, which is
cool, right?
redonkulous. The 6-month service costs $60, which translates to about $10 a month. Sign-ups will begin on November 19th, and the pass must be reactivated by January 31st of next year. The service is limited to GameStop's Power Up Rewards members, but a free version of the membership will work. You'll only be able to rent games from GameStop stores and not via the company's online library. You'll also be able to purchase the service for someone else, so as long as they, too, are a Power Up Rewards member. Plans for the Power Pass have since been confirmed to Polygon by GameStop representative.
How brilliant is this?
I
Having
love
blockbuster flashbacks.
So it's
Right?
I'm really excited about it.
everybody's going digital anymore. A lot of the stuff that I buy is digital, unless it's like a brand new game that I need like right now, because there's so many great deals on digital
That's
stuff.
true. I'm a physical guy.
GameStop, I rarely go to anymore, just because it's it's GameStop.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go to GameStop now
Same.
because
Absolutely,
you figure GameFly, a subscription service. What's it like 15?
It's like 15
something
a month.
a
Yeah.
month. Where that you have to put it on your list of what you can get.
Yep.
But say they don't have number 1 in stock, you're gonna get your number 4 on the list or whatever. Where if you're going to GameStop, we're like, oh, okay, well they don't have this one, I would definitely want that one.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep.
And you can
I
freak
can't
out.
wait.
Yeah.
And oh man,
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like So many games I don't want to buy, but now I can actually play
Exactly.
it without having to worry about going to Redbox.
And Redbox is $3 a night.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And they don't have half the games that you want to play.
Yeah, because we were going to do WWE 2K18. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to pay for this game, but $3, yeah, I'll do it. But guess what? No one in the area actually had it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So this is great.
Yeah, I'm really
Brilliant.
excited about this.
And it gets people in stores, so you're gonna buy whatever
Oh, this
gimmick they
pre-order
have.
for this thing is up? Ooh,
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me put that in. While
They'll
I'm
bug
out.
you.
And I didn't realize until reading the entire article that you get to keep that one game, whatever
Yeah.
one it
That
is at the end.
honestly really
Any one game
cool,
that you
too.
rented, you can keep
Yeah.
it. That's amazing.
What a great deal.
I'm so excited.
Because I was always mad that they didn't have their own like Best Buy Gamers Club service.
Yeah.
This is on par with that. I mean, you're
Yeah.
not saving the 20% on top of all the games that are on sale or whatever, but I'm like, hey, man, $60
For
for
rewards, they do get to save stuff. So if you're already a part of that membership, you get those
Yep.
benefits too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about that. So
Same.
we were talking about Thor earlier. Number 6, Thor Ragnarok has 4th biggest opening of 2017. Thor Ragnarok has a strong debut this weekend at North American box office, surpassing projections, with a first place opening estimated at $121 million.
Hey,
Director, how do you say this guy's name?
Taika Waititi.
Sure.
Yes.
Comic book movie had the 4th largest opening of the year, not far behind the $123.4 million debut of Stephen King's It. Compared to the other Marvel Studios films released this year, Ragnarok outpaced Spider-Man's Homecoming's $117 million debut, but didn't eclipse the $146.5 million opening of Guardians Volume 2. What you got, Deeds?
I was gonna say, if the second Thor movie was not terrible, it probably would have been
Exactly. So rounding out the top 5, Thor Ragnarok 121, Bad Moms Christmas 17 million, Jigsaw 6.7, Boo 2, a Medea Halloween, Didi's favorite movie of the
man.
year 4.7, and Geostorm $3 million.
I just want to say 10 Goldblums out of 10 Goldblums.
Yes.
Thor Ragnarok was amazing.
Did you watch that, the James Corden thing?
Yes, but there's also a video going around of Jeff Goldblum with GQ rating
The tattoos?
tattoos of himself
Yes.
on other people.
Oh my god.
I'll show it to you after.
Oh my god.
And it's funny because he's so nice. Like, he's just so wonderful. And
Yeah.
he's really good at, like, giving people compliments. But you can tell when he doesn't like something, but
Uh-huh.
he still is like, oh,
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah.
nice.
So James Corden, if you don't know, he did a 4D version of Thor Ragnarok, where everybody was getting like a preview, a screening of Thor, and immediately stopped the movie and had a 4D presentation where Chris Hemsworth and
Tom Hiddleston.
and everybody came out. And
Tessa
they did like a
Thompson,
live
Kate
performance.
Blanchett.
Yeah. By the way,
Mark Ruffalo.
So good.
Kate Blanchett. She what did we say the other day? She was what, 51, something like
I
that?
don't know.
She looks
amazing. I
She
love
is
her so much.
Gorgeous.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
goodness.
Her and Valkyrie stole that movie. Like, stole the movie.
Well, the funniest thing, so as soon as the movie ends, Tori immediately goes, I think I want to dye my hair black.
I might actually
Great
do it
idea.
on Thursday or Friday.
Oh, are you
It's fine.
serious?
I honestly, I almost
Fantastic
did it before my
idea.
video that I shot this week. I was that close.
What a fantastic
I was
idea.
thinking
Close.
about that when you posted that picture. I was like, she could have done her hair down and just like
Yeah, I think
get some
I'm gonna do it.
extensions,
I'm
dye
gonna
it
do
black, do it.
Oh.
Do it.
But every single time
Dye
I
the
saw
whole dye
Loki
black.
in the movie, I kept thinking of the dude from The Room. I don't know. Oh my god.
Tommy was
I
so
did
not
not
because
hit
of that
her.
meme that
I
I
did
showed
not.
you.
Well, like just looking at him.
Oh, hi, Thor.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
By the way, I almost had tickets to go see that movie,
I'm really
The
mad
Disaster
that the
Artist?
Yeah.
4D
Yeah.
thing
I'm going.
What
wasn't
movie?
my
The
screening.
Disaster Artist.
It's about the making of The Room,
Oh.
but it's James Franco, and Dave Franco.
So it's gonna be even worse than
It's
The
gonna
Room.
be so good.
So number 7. Speaking of Netflix, some shenanigans happened over the past week, and
Oh, jeez.
we got to talk about it. So Kevin Spacey's House of Cards character could be killed off by Netflix, according to a report from Variety. One scenario being discussed. The show would then shift focus to Underwood's wife, Claire, for its final season. Netflix formally severed ties with Spacey, according to The Hollywood Reporter. In addition to ending Spacey's House of Cards run, Netflix is canceling Gore, a biopic about Gore Vidal starring Kevin Spacey as the titular character. Allegations of sexual misconduct against Spacey, leveled by actor Anthony Rapp, caused the suspension of House of Cards Season 6, after having been in progress for 2 weeks. Variety explained the 6th season is moving forward because Netflix feels the approximately 300 other members of House of Cards cast and crew did nothing wrong and should not be penalized for Spacey's behavior.
I agree with that.
Since season 6 has only been in production for such a short time, changing the direction and focus shouldn't be too drastic of an undertaking. The Hollow Reporter said writers are already working on rewrites, and it's funny because they initially said that they're just suspending production, like it's stopping. And I said to the wife, I'm like, why are they just canceling it? He did nothing wrong. Robin Wright is in this show,
right?
and
why can't I'm surprised that they're canceling it after season 6.
Yes.
I think so. I think they already said that they're canceling it
They should
anyway.
keep it going with her because she's great.
Well, she's phenomenal, but the show itself has really taken a downfall, past couple seasons, whatever. But Robin Wright could easily just take over the show. She's phenomenal in it as well.
Absolutely.
But it's funny 'cause that's what I said to Frog the other day. It's like, they got all these other people in the show. Why are they being punished for his
Misconduct.
yeah.
Well, good riddance.
Didi, no thoughts on this? You're just back there.
I don't really have any thoughts.
In general, or just on the show?
Just on the show. I don't watch it.
Okay.
I don't watch the show.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch it either, but I know Robin Wright's great. So
Yeah.
I'm really glad that we're entering this culture of like people who can come forward and they're not getting shamed for it, and then action is being taken against the people who behave this way. But I do think that Netflix is making the right choice in continuing the show because all these people, this was their job, and they were not responsible for this, and they shouldn't be punished for it.
Absolutely not. Yep.
So Tori, this one's for you. You ready?
I have 5 thoughts.
Lord of the Rings,
Thoughts.
Warner Brothers, Amazon, in talks for a TV series. So a television series based on J.R.R. Tolkien's beloved The Lord of the Rings novels could be headed to Amazon. According to Variety, Warner Brothers TV and the Tolkien estate are in early stages of negotiations with Amazon Studios to develop the series. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos is allegedly personally involved in the talks. He must be a huge Tolkien fan. It's important to note that a deal has not yet been set, and representatives from Warner Brothers and Amazon refrained from commenting on the reported negotiations. Warner Brothers TV and Tolkien Estate's decision to begin shopping a series based on The Lord of the Rings has reportedly resulted in quite a bit of competition for the project, with Amazon coming out on top as the front-runner studio.
Absolutely. Well, I just want to say now, instead of watching the entire story for 18 hours, I can watch it in 12.
So what
12 one-hour episodes in theory.
do you think it's going to be like straight up Lord of the Rings, or is it going to be somebody's like side story?
Well, here's what I think. I mean, I think it's weird because I always feel weird when it's kind of relatively soon to like, I mean, granted the movie's obviously been out for a while, but I still feel like it's pretty soon to like do it again. But
it's not
if
Spider-Man
you've ever read
anyway.
the books, like the books there's so much more detail there.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they are going to do a series, they'll probably stretch it out to actually incorporate all those minor details. And so I'm totally for it.
So
I think
you think it's
awesome.
going to be like a main storyline Lord of the Rings?
I mean, I would think so, and they could probably go on different story arcs because the way that the books are. Have you ever read the?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're written.
Yeah.
They're literally
Bless your heart.
written. They're literally written like a history book.
Yeah.
So there's so many other different details that they could put in there, and then there's also the supplementary material of the other books that Tolkien has written that fit in that realm. So I think they'd be smart to add the other smaller stories in there.
Okay. Brittani, Didi?
I have no feelings.
Okay.
toward it.
Well, I was going to say there was a game. Do you remember? So I think it was Middle Earth. No,
I know. I was
not
just gonna
Shadow
say, you're
War.
talking about Middle Earth.
It was an RPG. I don't know if it was OG Xbox or 360. It was basically you had like this whole party that was going alongside like a parallel road as the same group, the Fellowship. Do you remember what it was? I can't remember. Anyway, so their storyline there, it was running parallel to where Frodo and everybody else was, but it was a cool story just because it wasn't Lord of the Rings, but it's
in the realm.
It was happening at the same time. Like I think when you were there in not Mordor, what's the where the oh man, where the where was it that Gandalf died? Spoilers. Moria.
Yeah, yes. I was like, it starts with an M.
So
yes.
they were there at the same time, but they were like in a different place that it was happening type deal or whatever. So I thought that was cool. That it was like it was the same story, but not type deal. Like they were helping, but in the background, something.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm
really
curious
cool.
to see like what would happen with this. Would it be a main line or would it be something like that?
I mean, I'd be there for more of a sideline. I don't know if they think that people like the general person, a general like average viewer would be interested in that. I don't know that. You know what I mean? Like I'm for that. I'm for universe building, but I feel like some people don't really care about the side stories.
Well, there was
as much.
so there was a War of the Ring. No, I don't think that was it. No, thank you though. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, so there was a game that was like that. But there was an IGN April Fool's joke a few years ago where they talked about FX was doing the Aurors, the Harry Potter police, basically.
That would be so cool.
And everybody was hyped about that. So I wonder if if they
Maybe.
did the
Maybe I'm
the Horns of Gondor.
Maybe I'm underestimating.
No, I'm
people,
just
but
yeah.
I just feel like as a studio, like I feel like sometimes they don't want to take risks like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm for
Maybe
it.
if the first initial season is successful, they could do that later on. But
Yeah, exactly. Like how Game of Thrones is now getting spinoffs.
But could anybody else really play Gandalf or Aragorn?
That's the other problem. The casting for those movies is impeccable.
Yeah.
How do you top that?
Oh man.
So maybe they are better served to just add on to what they've already built.
Yeah. So we had Fast and Furious news earlier. Now we got a little bit more.
oh
Didi,
boy.
I'm kind of upset about this.
This is
Me
a little
too.
salty.
This is
This is very salty. So number 9, Tyrese Gibson threatens to quit Furious franchise if Dwayne Johnson is in Fast 9.
Yikes.
Boo.
I think he's gonna have to quit.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Actor and music artist Tyrese Gibson's clash with Fast and Furious franchise co-star Dwayne Johnson continues, with Gibson declaring today that he would be back out of the series if Johnson returned for Fast 9. Gibson made his announcement via his personal Instagram account, writing, "I'm sorry to announce that if Dwayne is in Fast 9, there will no more Roman Pierce." So, of course, he spelled incorrectly, but, he really is Roman. Gibson proceeded to refer to Johnson as a, quote, clown and a, quote, selfish champ. He's a people's champ. What are you talking about? Gibson's anger at Johnson is linked to the upcoming Fast and Furious spin-off in the pipe for Johnson and Jason Statham, due to hit theaters July 26, 2019. In a previous Instagram post, Gibson admitted that he was, quote, was just mad that Johnson was pitched an idea privately and said yes to it without thinking of what I'm dealing with personally.
Because everything's
This ain't
about
about you.
you.
This ain't about you. Yeah, what is happening?
Gibson is currently locked in a court battle with his ex-wife concerning the pair's 10-year-old daughter, which, according to Gibson, has left him, quote, almost broke. All I asked you to do privately was not accept a role that would deeply affect all of us, wrote Gibson. Originally slated to arrive in 2019, Fast and Furious 9 was officially pushed to 2020 to make space for Johnson's Statham spinoff. Gibson immediately blamed Johnson for the delay, though series stalwart Vin Diesel responded to the chatter, insisting that it was unfair to blame anybody for the next film in the hugely popular franchise being postponed for a year.
This is when you take up all those sponsorships and those commercial deals to make money until your movie starts filming. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a job.
Yeah.
Like they have to make money.
And you can't top the lovability of The Rock.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah. Uh-oh. What-
I'm just like, and plus, if you're needing money, then why back out?
Yeah,
Why back out?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you're-
yeah.
that's a good point.
Movie you can make, why back out?
I mean,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I love Roman in the movies. Like,
Oh, he's great.
he's comedic gold. Like, oddly enough, in the movies, I laugh hysterically with him in it. But
yeah,
I'm not there to see Roman.
I'm not either.
I want to see Vin Diesel
Yep.
driving, crazy cars.
Mhm.
I wanted to see Paul Walker,
I
doing
did,
his
man.
shenanigans.
Bless his
All right.
heart.
And now it's all
Yeah.
about The Rock.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
I mean, him doing the rock bottom to Jason Statham through the
that
table
was
in
amazing.
Fast 8.
That was
Oh,
amazing.
so good.
I wish he did the people's elbows. Dude. I would have lost it.
Oh man, but yeah, Tyrese, sorry, buddy, but I don't think it's gonna work too well.
no one cares.
Number 10,
Aw.
Disney sets steep conditions for theaters to show Star Wars: The Last Jedi. This is kind
A
of
little
crazy.
wild. Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
I read this
is
the
a
other day.
little,
So Disney has set some steep conditions for theaters to abide by if they want to show the latest in the epic sci-fi saga, the Star Wars: The Last Jedi. The Wall Street Journal reports via Gizmodo that Disney has upped its take in the usual revenue share of ticket sales from the Hollywood standard 55 to 65%. Along with this increase,
wow.
which is reported to be a new benchmark, Disney is also demanding theaters reserve the largest auditorium exclusively for The Last Jedi for at least 4
Get
weeks.
out
Isn't
of
that
here.
insane?
No, and that's not even it. Violating these terms or canceling even a single screening without permission from Disney may see a theater charge an additional 5% of ticket revenue as the penalty. the higher consumer demand for The Last Jedi box office sales being down, and Disney's significant market share leaves theaters with little power to rebel against these terms.
They know it's going to make money, so they want to make as much money
I-
possible.
I feel like this is so outrageous, though. Like, I feel like it's like it's so much, and like they act like people are not going to go see this movie.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to make so much money.
So much money.
I was reading about this earlier in the week. Yeah. Oh man, I can't. Asking for like
A 10% increase? A 10%.
10% increase,
And then if you don't do this, guess what? Then another 5.
That's Disney taking 70% of the ticket sales,
Yeah.
with the theater only making 30.
Yeah.
And people wonder why the movie theater industry is dying.
Yeah.
Like,
That's insane.
this is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I feel like they're
And then-
strong arming
Wow.
them for no reason because they're probably going to have it in their main theater for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And now this is just causing probably some animosity. Like,
Yeah. If I was like a major theater owner, I'd be like, well, screw you guys. Like,
Yeah.
But you can't say that because people want to see that movie. You
Yeah,
have
exactly.
to have it.
That's true.
You have to have it.
Dang, man, that's crazy.
And then it makes me think of like where I went to college, there was a one-screen theater on Main Street. That movie theater has to show Last Jedi for 4 weeks on its one screen.
I wonder
That's a
how that
good
would work.
Point.
Yeah.
The smaller town movie theaters that have like
1 or 2 screens.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
They can't. I mean, they can do it, but they probably
they'll lose business
Yeah.
other than the people who want to see it twice or the people who wait to see it
Yeah.
for those 4 weeks. Like, it's going to kill them. It's
Yeah.
going to be awful.
That's so
'Cause-
sad.
Because it was like when I saw Rogue One, I waited, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks. And there was no one in the theater when I went, saw it. Granted, it was during the daytime, but still.
Well, the
like,
thing I'm wondering
there.
too is like, how is this going to affect other movies that they want to
Yeah.
get big
Well, yeah,
prominence
that's
in
what
the
they're
big
talking about, the
theaters as
new
well.
standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? Like I don't know what's coming out 4 weeks
Same.
after the fact, but say Joe Bob movie number 2 comes out. Oh, we're going to wait an extra week because we want to be in the big theater
But I wonder.
because we can't be in the big theater while Last Jedi's still going.
But does this count towards IMAX too? IMAX? The
If
IMAX
it's their
theater?
biggest theater,
Wow.
That's a good
I mean, I'm
point.
seeing it in IMAX 3D.
at 1:30 in the morning.
Yes, at 1:30 in the morning.
Yikes. Oh my god.
Literally,
No.
you guys, 7 o'clock screenings
They're
of
dumb.
movies are really dumb, and I used to go see the midnight premieres
Yeah,
all the
me
time.
too.
So bite me. It's
Oh,
fun.
no.
It'll be
You
a
know
good
what
time.
happened the last time I went to a midnight premiere? It was actually the last Hobbit movie. I
Mine
went,
was Toy
and I was like,
Story
I'm going to
3.
midnight premiere, and I got there and no one was there. You want to know why? Because that was like when they just started doing 7 p.m. movies, and I was like, just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm here.
No,
late
and it
for
makes
no
me
reason.
wonder
That was a
about
great movie.
Star
It
Wars
was.
Episode
Thank you.
9. Like, are they going to ask for 70% of the revenue? And
Han
if you
Solo?
don't comply, 80%.
Well, I wonder what this means for just like general. I mean, movie ticket prices aren't like too bad, but I wonder what this means. This means there'll probably be an increase in that.
Movie
There'll probably be an
pass.
increase
Yeah,
in
so-
food. Like, who's to know how this affects everything else?
Yeah, I need to
Yes.
research that movie pass because
Hey.
it's
Yep.
like with
Yep.
stuff like this, it
It's-
sounds more and more
It's
ideal.
the greatest thing ever. Granted, you have to wait about a week before you can actually watch a movie you really want to see. But, bro, I just walk in, whoop, tickets, and then I spend my money on what I would spend on concessions. Literally.
Sorry, I'm hungry. That's my stomach
I'm
growling.
hungry too,
Aw.
guys.
Oh,
Let's go eat after
Lord.
this.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. So that's it for my news, Didi. Are you ready to get
Oh.
into the Get Hype
He's never ready.
Get
24-hour
Hype.
extra life news that Jason Voorhees,
Oh my god, I had it down. Golly.
worst producer ever.
Worst producer.
Well, I mean, if you don't
I
have
guess
any
you
other
didn't.
music coming, just leave it
She
up
did it
then.
for you,
Oh,
and it was
I'm so
perfect.
dumb.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You
my
take
God.
too long.
So bad.
I know.
I want Didi to come in and produce the show one week. Just 1 week.
Oh,
I just
God.
want to see
It
what
would
happens.
fall apart.
Oh my
It
god.
would literally fall apart.
All apart. Explosions.
Golly.
Love you.
Can you imagine that? Wow.
It would
The video
blow
would
up.
just explode.
The camera just.
I want to see.
Like, it would be on Banks and Elisa, and then it would just turn around and be like, hello.
I just want to see Elisa's face, just like, what the is going on?
Bleep.
Oh. Well,
I didn't say anything. I just said, what the. See, you can put the coin thing if you want. I didn't say it.
Ba-doo.
Bling, bling.
okay. Hey, this is their Get Hype news for the week.
Oh,
I do have a summary of the last Bill and Ted show. Does anyone want to hear it?
Yeah, let's go.
Really?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So it's not long, but it's kind of.
It's not long. It's like a page long on your phone there.
It's from a text message.
I'm just messing. Good.
Oh, shut up. Okay, so the show opened up with okay. So this is the last Bill and Ted show for the team members
The team member show.
that got
Okay,
to do it.
cool.
It was I think it was like almost 2.5 hours. I think
That's
the show was.
ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the not the pass holder one, but the last public show was an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the last team member show that ever happened. The show opened up with a montage of every Bill and Ted show ever. Betty White came out and ran away with death. Ran away
White?
from death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Betty
Oh my
White
God.
came out,
Because
yeah.
they referenced her all season. just
Literally?
in the show.
I didn't
Never
see
see
it
her,
at all,
but
so.
I know, that's why I'm explaining it to you. I'm
Okay.
trying to be helpful. Okay.
Don't start with.
I'm not
Your
gonna
mic's
be
off. Your
helpful.
mic's off.
No, it's not. It's on. It's on.
Let me see. Ted lost rock paper scissors and then beat death in a best of 2 out of 3 because
Oh,
he's
yeah,
dead,
they did the
yeah.
2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Bill then listed about 10 closed Disney attractions because death got him. Okay.
Yeah, he
And
comes
then-
back and he's normally saying something like Pleasure Island or like something that's dead.
Yeah. Bill died. Bill died twice.
Okay.
Twice?
Yeah, he died twice in this one too. And then 11 came out in what I'm assuming was an outfit for Stranger Things 2. For her dance, people went crazy. Doc Brown came out with Rick, and it was glorious. The explosion from the I Am Ted gag killed the rocket puppet, and he was puppet dying, y'all.
No. Oh, Smog.
Yeah. I was like, I'm dying, y'all.
I'm dying, y'all.
You didn't see that one?
That was probably one of the best things they've ever
That was
done.
actually one of the good ones. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Let me see. Elsa came out and sang "Let Myself Go" from a couple years ago, and apparently the actress lost it because everyone was singing it.
Aw.
And so
That's
yeah.
what happened with. I went. I can talk about this later.
You can.
I guess.
What?
Because I went. Banks was there too. We went to the annual pass holder thing.
Okay.
And there was a standing ovation for Moana. It was the best thing ever.
Really?
It was so good. And everyone was singing, and she in the middle of her lyrics was like, "This is so freaking cool."
Oh, really? Wow, that's so cool. That's so awesome. Dr. Evil came out and listed all the closed Universal attractions, including the original Poseidon show. And then Bill then capped off the list with T2. And Dr. Evil was like, I don't know that one. And Bill goes, I'll be back. Very funny. Yeah, that was funny.
That's good. I like it.
That was actually a good joke. Well, anyway.
Brittani
Anyway,
and I are on the same
for the
page.
final dance number, everyone dressed as Bill and Ted. And they all gave PJ, Bill, and Jason, Ted, hugs as they left. And instead of saying, Bill, my friend, Bill and Ted, my friend, at the end, he said they used their real names, which was really, really cool.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
apparently everyone lost it. And then Rufus came out, and then they to take them back to San Dimas High School.
1991.
Yep, and they played the finale song for Bogus Journey, and that was it.
Oh.
I don't know how they extended that to almost 3 hours.
That's crazy.
but they did.
Well, but you also have to, when I went to we went to the annual pass holder thing, the crowd participation, which I assume was probably the same for that show, was off the charts.
Yeah.
People would be cheering for 2 whole minutes for something. That's how crazy it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish
It was
I-
honestly really cool to be there though, because I felt like when I'm seeing it regularly in the park, I don't want to infringe
Engage,
on someone
yeah.
else's experience if it's their first time seeing the show.
Yeah.
But it was very clear that everybody there had seen it 10 times, and everybody knew all the words. So
Mhm.
it was it was really cool.
Wow.
Everyone was participating.
I wish
and
I
yelling, and it was awesome.
The show hasn't been good in years.
I know you don't like it,
but,
Mike,
I've
but
no-
it's
yeah,
literally-
let's say
I've
I've-
literally seen it for 10 years straight.
When I heard people were
Yeah.
crying afterwards, I'm like, really? Why?
I
I
never
if
saw
you work
any
the
of
shows
them.
or whatever, yeah, I can get it.
Yeah.
But if you're just a fan of the show, I'm like, really?
I can kind
Ugh.
of see it getting caught up in the moment, and then you're like,
well, it is
what's
kind of
this- oh my
sad. It's kind of the end of
God.
an era. Again, even if you didn't like it, I think it was a good piece of Halloween Horror Nights tradition, and it's something that could make someone laugh. It's
I never-
something.
I never got it because, the show was entertaining at times,
Okay.
but to me, Horror Nights is gotten to the point where it's just too much drunkardness. And I think those people ruin the shows for me. So when I go to Bill and Ted and I have a-hole number 1 standing behind me, spilling beer and whatever, it's just, and like you said, the show hasn't been really that great for years.
Yeah.
So it's just I don't have that connection to it. I know some people do.
No, I get it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think it's something that it gets your mind off of how much the world sucks, generally speaking, and it makes you laugh for 45 minutes, even if it is really stupid, and
Yeah.
you're like, this is
Yeah.
not really tasteful, whatever.
No,
it's
I
still
get that.
fun.
I get that. It's just that I have no connection to it.
I never saw any of them, so I can't relate
Yeah.
because I didn't live here until a year ago.
Then again,
So-
I'm gonna laugh when ET finally closes too.
Thank
Oh.
God.
Whoa.
Oh, me too. Oh, hashtag
I don't think
NET.
Spielberg would ever let that happen. just
Yeah, I
saying.
think isn't there like some crazy contract in place that like they can't get rid of
Banks is
it?
searching
I'm pretty
for stuff
sure
to
that
throw
they
me.
can't get rid of it unless they want to lose.
Did it work? Did you get it?
No, I was afraid I was
man.
going to choke on it.
By the way, when you did that, you literally hit my face with my microphone.
My apologies. I'm
Yeah,
so
whatever,
sorry.
don't
I'm so
touch
sorry.
Anyway, ET's forever.
That awful, right?
I hate that. Right.
Anyway,
That's awful.
more news. More news.
More than 400,000 people have pre-ordered Taylor Swift's new album.
Why?
Oh wow!
Wow.
Wow!
I don't like T Swift. She's a snake in the grass. Sorry.
Ooh,
Wow.
Wow.
Shots fired.
She's making that money.
I mean, good for her, but
Talk S get shot. I'm just saying.
okay.
I don't think that's how the saying goes.
What?
He's quoting.
Oh.
Okay, so a lot of independent journalists are boycotting coverage of Disney films in order to show solidarity with the LA Times. Apparently, the LA Times wrote like an expose article about Disneyland and Anaheim, their relationship. I guess it's I guess it was like a very negative article towards Disney, and so basically like Disney like did something to the LA Times. They I think banned them from reviewing
the last Jedi.
holiday movie coverage for this season.
Interesting.
And so the journalists go Banks. Banks had more details.
Breaking news as of a couple hours ago.
No.
No.
Disney rescinded the ban. So
Did they really?
Good, because they probably
Okay.
got a lot of. I was gonna say they got a lot
Yeah.
of backlash for
So
that.
Disney rescinded the ban is what Banks is saying then. So
So-
I guess we're all good then.
We're all good then. But that's what
Still
happened.
doesn't make them look very good though.
So
No, it
I
doesn't.
wonder if they do the same thing with the
This-
whole movie gimmick.
Yeah. Iger wants that money. Sorry.
Finally,
I just found this article too. I'm gonna have to read it later.
okay. Finally, Jerry Jones is buying into an esports team.
Jerry Jones's.
He bought
Ugh.
Complexity Gaming, and they're actually a very good team. And with that being said, they are building new offices and production studios at the Star.
Are you kidding me?
Swear to goodness, yeah.
That's crazy.
Which is the Cowboys headquarters, and the announcement didn't include financial details, but the members would have access, according to Jerry Jones, to premier training, athletic development, and sports medicine services of any esports athletes in the world.
That's crazy.
No more carpal tunnel and gamer's thumb, guys.
Nope. It's a $400 million business, and it just keeps going up. So
Tell Gavin to keep playing video.
I was gonna say,
games.
you
Oh,
gotta
you
keep
missed
coaching
it.
Gavin.
Gavin.
Oh,
Oh.
when I was over there,
Bro.
he was like yelling in the next room at Gavin,
Oh.
like, Gavin,
yeah.
keep sniping, keep
Gavin's
sniping.
killing it.
I'll be his social media team, and
Oh.
Didi
Oh, yeah.
can be,
We played.
like, his
We were playing
handler.
Overwatch for 4 hours.
I'm coaching
Gavin's
him. I'm like, Gavin, switch characters, switch the Honda and flank him. Okay, and he would do it.
Play the game. Play the game.
boom,
Play
boom,
the game.
boom, and there was this one time, dude. Remember that Graviton when I was Zarya?
Yeah.
And he just came and did. Oh, it was. Oh, that got me so hyped.
Oh my gosh. All right. So before we get into topic of the show, Tots. Wait, is brought to you by
yes. Oh, thank
Video
goodness.
Blocks.
Video block.
You
So-
gave Didi a heart attack.
Oh my god, you all right?
I'm great. I thought I messed up.
No, you didn't mess up. Video Blocks brings topic of the show to you guys as always. For
Thank you, Video
yeah.
Blocks.
You okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So Video Blocks, if you go to videoblocks.com, that's VIDEO blocks BLOCKS.com/expansion drive and sign up, you can get 1 year service
1 year,
for $149.
bro.
But guess what? They're also offering 7-day free trial. Did you know that?
Are they really?
7-day
Wow.
free trial.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Banks, our friendly research guy over there that hates me right now because of ET being a horrible ride. He uses Video Blocks to that face, my gosh, to actually make the transition for the beginning of our show.
Yep.
The video version. And when you're watching it right now, you know that the beginning of the show probably was it like a hour ago. My God, we're running really late. He did that show or did that intro right there from Video Blocks.
Hey.
Did you know that?
Now I know.
I think he told us that 4 weeks ago.
I think
But
he
it's
did.
okay.
Thank
But
you,
yeah,
Video Blocks,
if
for
you
that.
go to Video Blocks, you're going to get studio quality stock for a fraction of the cost with Video Blocks. Did you know you could download all the stock video your heart desires from your member library, including HD footage,
Wow.
After Effects templates,
Yep.
motion backgrounds, and more,
And-
like what Banks used. And what? Oh,
More.
you don't even know what you're doing.
I was gonna say,
Plus,
like,
you get exclusive discounts on millions of additional marketplace clips where you save 40% on the original artists and they take home 100% of the sale price.
That's awesome.
All the content is royalty free, so you can use it for commercial and personal projects. And new clips are added regularly, so there's always something fresh to download. And again, if you go to videoblocks.com, that's videoblocks.com/expansion drive, sign up for $149 a year. And again, 7-day free trial.
You get to try it before you buy it. Woo!
And now it's time for some tots.
That's right.
So topic of the show.
Mustard sauce on your tots.
Oh, I totally did that the other day.
See, there we go.
Yeah. And they got that at Topgolf too. Went to Topgolf again this weekend. And I had tots with some mustard sauce on there.
There you go.
Had the bacon burger.
I want some sweet potato tots.
Oh,
no.
is that
They
a
had
thing?
those at Polite Pig, dude.
Wow, do me and Didi agree for once?
Well, you're not a fan of the sweet potato?
I'm not a sweet potato fan.
All right.
No.
All right. Well, guess what, guys? Halloween's over. It's over.
Boo.
Christmas time is here.
Christmas time is here.
It's Thanksgiving.
Do you actually celebrate
I
Thanksgiving?
Don't care
Yes.
what your bummer said.
What's a Thanksgiving movie?
Thanksgiving is pretty important.
Thanksgiving?
Gobble Gobble. I almost said it. Oh, Thanksgiving. Have you ever seen Thanksgiving, Brittany?
Have you
Okay,
ever
I've
seen?
I really want to say the tagline.
Yeah. Gobble
you-
Gobble, mother.
No, I was going
Have
to
you
say you
seen-
went stuffed.
No.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that.
Medea's Thanksgiving.
You
Nope,
wouldn't watch that movie.
I've not seen that one.
I have seen that.
No,
movie.
you wouldn't watch that
My
movie.
mom has seen that movie.
Oh my god.
But Disney, their Christmas stuff has just started.
Let's give it
Oh,
up.
I'm sorry. Their
It
holiday.
starts
Oh yeah, the holiday.
for realsies on the 9th.
Really?
But you went to a media preview
That's what
last
Yeah.
night.
tomorrow.
And Banks.
And Banks.
Banks over there.
It was
Hi,
great.
Banks.
Thanks,
So,
dear.
where did you go, Brittany? What?
I went to Disney's Hollywood Studios for their Flurry of Fun
Flurry of Fun.
Fun.
I love it. I actually really do like that name.
event.
I'd prefer
and
McFlurry. of
They
fun.
let us into the park at 4, and then we went
Which
to
it
go-
gets dark now, by the way.
Yeah. It was like the sun was starting to set. And then they took us to the Frozen sing-along show, which has a new ending with all 3 songs from the short Olaf's Frozen Adventure that's supposed to air before
Oh, so
Coco.
Coco, right?
It was a guided tour?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It just
No, they just
Oh, I thought you made it
we
sound like it was a
showed up,
guided tour.
They gave us our ticket and a fast pass so we could immediately go see it.
Oh, okay.
They're special, but not
Sorry.
that special.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And then
Which you got the best historian, by the way. The guy.
Yeah, he was
he's my
really
he's
good.
my favorite.
I
Absolute
also
favorite.
to Banks's horror, I yelled out "puddle" really loud during the show and got the dirtiest looks from the storytellers on stage.
So Didi, were you with me when I did the whole Elsa thing there? I think
What?
you were.
I have not seen the Frozen sing-along show.
Ever? Okay, so
Ever.
I might have embarrassed the kids last time we saw it. When they do the whole "Let It Go" thing and Elsa lets her hair loose or whatever, I had my hat on and I stood up and I took my hat off
Oh
and I did the
my
whole
God.
swirly hair thing and I threw it at the kids and everybody's like, "Oh, what is happening?" And the historian's just like, "Oh." I like embarrassing the kids.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
Ernie, go
Banks
on.
and I we took sing along videos of ourselves. You'll probably see it in the coverage later this week, I guess. But I didn't tell him I was going to do it. And
So that's the
then-
best part. Yeah.
And then I
Told him in a
screamed
surprise,
it, and
yeah.
then just the looks of anger, and the historian guy like put his hands over his eyes so he could look all the way in the back, and he pointed straight at me, and I was like,
Oh, Banks.
Wait, is that you're not supposed to? You're not supposed
So
to.
they
Say
don't
lyrics-
like it when you do that.
Do you
Yeah.
know what
But
they're
they
talking
don't like
about with
it.
the lyrics?
Nope.
Well, Olaf says, "What is it? Winter's a good time to stay in and cuddle,
But put me
be
in summer, and I'll be a
there's
happy
Happy
snowman.
It should rhyme puddle.
Oh.
Wait a minute, you've never seen Frozen?
I saw it once, and I'm like, I'm good.
It
It
was
was not
okay
that-
the
it
first
was-
time I saw it, but the overhype kind of murdered it for me.
Yeah, you can
Yep,
blame,
I agree, 'cause when I
Anyway.
saw it,
you
I
can
was
blame
like, this is
Disney's 2 years
incredible.
of marketing for that movie.
Yeah, Anyway, after that, they let us have free roam of the park until 7 o'clock when all the events started. So Banks and I decided to go to Min and Bill's because they have a new hot chocolate flight.
I know. I saw this.
And
I
it
need to go.
Real delicious.
Now, there's alcohol in these things?
There's a lot of alcohol in these things.
I'm sold.
So it's like 3 little hot chocolates. One is a Bailey's salted caramel hot chocolate.
Oh my God.
And then the next one is the hot chocolate martini.
Mm-hmm. But the
Banks
last one
like
is
that one the
what I'm
best.
excited
I was like,
about.
yeah,
And the
that's
last one is a black cherry bourbon hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That kind of
Yes, and
sounds
you can
similar
get each
to
one individually.
They had something like that at Germany
that's-
last year.
And the black cherry bourbon hot chocolate
Yeah,
is
they did.
a
Germany
part.
for it wasn't Food and Wine, was it? Was it Food and Wine? Sorry.
You're good. The black cherry one is a part of the dessert party menu for Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell.
Oh. Didi's not a fan of the bourbon. I haven't tried bourbon for the first time at Topgolf, and
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
but we did that, and then after that, it started to get dark, and we were taken to Sunset Showcase
Mhm.
on Sunset Boulevard. It's like the show building next to Rock and Roller Coaster for people who don't know.
Yeah.
And they usually have private events and stuff in there.
that's where they do the villains party and everything, right?
Yes. And we went in there and it was all decked out. They had a full like smorgasbord of food and they had the entire lineup of holiday merchandise that was new, including the coveted Pluto popcorn bucket that you can't find anywhere.
I don't want that
Right
thing.
now.
You can't put any popcorn in that thing.
It's a Tokyo thing, dude. It's starting to infiltrate
It's a
our
purse.
merchandise.
Good.
That's what I
Because
think.
they have the best merch.
They honestly do. They beat us every time on merch, and if
Why?
we could get anything close to what they have,
Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
into it.
I agree. I just want popcorn. Just give me popcorn.
Okay, so the point of but honestly, let's be honest. You don't buy the popcorn bucket for the popcorn. You buy it for the bucket. You can get it separately in
I
the,
literally-
He
typical
buys it for the popcorn.
paper, whatever that they
I want
sell
for
it
the
in.
popcorn.
And he gets that the
I do.
refills.
I do have the TIE Fighter and the R2D2
Oh,
and
yep,
everything
guilty
else.
for
Yeah.
all that.
I
Yeah.
have the Cinderella stagecoach and I used it as a purse for Dapper Day last year.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
But
I've used so many
basically
purses.
they let us eat and then we got to go look at the merch and stuff. Banks and I did some work with like the news report that we're doing and then they had a speaker come out. I can't remember his name right now because I'm the worst.
Mickey Mouse,
It was not Mickey Mouse,
Oh,
but
Donald
there
Duck,
was a special guest at this media
Santa
event.
Goofy.
Why'd you ruin it?
Oh, was it really Santa Goofy?
Yeah.
Yes!
No, literally earlier in the day, I was like, man, Banks, like, wouldn't it be cool if we could get a stand up for the piece with Santa Goofy? And then they were like, oh, we're going to have Santa Goofy at the event. And they had a photo opportunity where you could go and meet him, just Santa Goofy.
Is he going to be in the park this year? Because I know in years past he was there.
He will be in Once Upon a Time after or on and after December 25th.
What's Once Upon a Time?
It's a gift shop.
But specifically at studios, he's at the Christmas character dining at.
Oh yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
That is so
He was
good,
there-
though.
'Cause you
That's a
can-
great thing
Yeah,
to
he
go
was there
to.
Because you
last
can
year.
It's not
meet
fair.
Santa Claus himself at Once Upon a Time, the merchandise location on Sunset,
Mhm.
until Christmas Eve. And then after Christmas Eve, it's Santa Goofy.
Why would I
But-
want to meet Santa Claus when I can meet 8 of them in Epcot?
But then we got to
No.
meet-
The Santa Claus is at the American Adventure. But you can
That's true.
meet Weihnachtsmann at Germany. You can meet, Father Christmas in England.
That's right.
Yeah, Santa Claus is American Adventure. But when you want to meet
Sorry.
Santa at studios, oh my God! Last year we got the time
Oh,
saver
yeah, they
deal.
give you a little time.
It was
thingy.
3 hours.
What?
3 hours wait.
These kids got a lot of presents to talk to
Oh
Santa
my
about. okay?
God! So he's meeting at the same place this year.
Yes.
The same as last year.
Where
okay.
even is this? I'm like really confused.
It's-
now.
It's
Alright,
the
never mind.
Carthay Circle building.
The what circle building?
Right.
Carthay Circle, where Snow White premiered in 1950s.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
I have no
Oh my
idea.
God, you're a Disney idiot.
I don't know what she's talking about either.
You?
Okay.
See, I
It's the one right next to Planet Hollywood, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So right there next to the Power
Okay.
Rangers.
But
Okay.
it's a Beauty and the Beast themed
I should've known.
like little area, and they cleared out for Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But then after we did that, they took us to watch Sunset Season's Greetings, which is the new projection show.
That's what
on
I'm excited
Tower
to
of
hear
Terror.
about.
Oh man, it's real pretty. I was skeptical. Banks was definitely skeptical because his middle name is "Don't Touch My Tower." So
That's true.
you're gross.
What? I didn't say
Good
anything.
God.
I didn't say that's what she said. I mean,
But
Hey, now.
anyway, we got to watch the whole thing, and it's 4 different. They call them vignettes because it's just quick little montages of things, and they're billboards all scattered all throughout Sunset, and you can see a Mickey's Christmas Carol / like Norman
Nope,
Rockwell
I'm not excited about that one.
inspired
Keep going.
one. It's actually very pretty.
No, that's not the one.
And then Toy Story
Nope,
themed
keep
one,
going.
What?
a Muppets themed
Yeah, Swedish Chef.
Oh,
one,
really?
showcasing all the
Burger,
Muppets,
burger.
but mostly Swedish Chef.
Oh, so
Is it
excited.
just
And
him
then-
or-
And then there's the last one, which is Olaf's Frozen Adventure and Frozen themed.
No, so did I see the pictures correctly? That there's like a screen that shows like
Yes,
whatever, and
That's
then the
billboard.
backdrop.
Yes.
Okay.
So initially, it'll show the elves from Prep and Landing and Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam.
Bam!
And then all of
You
the
have to say it like
stars on
that.
the street have sequencing LEDs that match with the show, which is really neat.
That's cool.
So
I
like when
they
the elves
expand
come out
it.
and they like scan the area, the stars will like scan, which is really wild. And then it'll go to the sequence, and then you'll hear this like really triumphant Christmas music, and then these like blue, sparkly, golden swirlies all the way up tower will take over, and then it will show the little vignette, and it's a process, so it like gradually turns into the thing.
That's so
That's
cool.
cool.
I'm really excited to
So-
see
That's
this
awesome,
actually.
So there's no projection mapping on any of the other buildings, just
Tower.
We're not Disneyland, sorry.
Is it
Yeah, I
a
think
show or
Disneyland
does
has
it
the
randomly like
It's
happen?
it's a show. I think they're supposed to happen periodically, but we got to see one after another last night.
So there's no set times for each vignette.
It'll probably be at dark.
Oh.
And we also found out that there's only one projector.
What?
One projector.
And that looks
Get
gorgeous.
out of here!
And it's so clear. And
That's
you
what I'm
can
saying.
see everything.
Even in picture form, it looked crazy.
Think of it like the Tree of Life Awakenings. It just happens randomly.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the future.
Okay, so Banks is saying if you didn't hear it, think of it as the Tree of Life Awakening, so it just happens
It's
at
very
random times.
similar to that. The one projector, we've been told, is located behind the Phantasmic electronic billboard that they just added a couple weeks
I want
ago.
to say I didn't even see that, and I was just out there. Well, then again, it was light time when we
Yeah.
were out there, so
And
So-
then during the day, those
Sorry.
billboards are just like regular.
regular billboard.
So does it just do the front of the building, and does it do the sides also?
There are some things that are viewable from the sides, but granted, the left side of tower you can only see from Sunset Showcase, and day guests aren't usually let back there. So the only other side you could see would be on your way to Fant. So assumedly you can see that. We didn't see it from that POV, so I can't say for sure.
Now I'm hearing Jingle Bam or Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam changed a little bit this year.
Yes, they adjusted some of the little sequences in it. There's Frozen's been added to the show. Frozen wasn't in the show last year. It's not a full like sequence in the show, but there are like little windows of Frozen in it. And there are far more fireworks this year than
So
there
you're
were
actually
last year.
you talked a bunch of crap
Explosion.
about
I
the
did
show
talk a
before.
bunch of crap. I will admit I did not like Jingle Bell Jingle Bam at all
I wasn't a fan
last year.
No.
I wasn't a
Banks
fan.
liked it.
I thought it
I liked
was
it.
kind of boring. But this year, like
You're
because
boring.
I knew that
Whoa.
show frontwards and backwards. I knew every fireworks sequence. I knew when they would go off, and it's just because I saw it so many times. And this time, the fireworks were different. They were differently timed. There were more of them. And there were even different projections on the adjacent buildings that they used, which was cool. And there were more lights in the trees. There was like perimeter fireworks around GMR, which was wild. And it even went into like the animation courtyard and the Hyperion Theater.
You
where
can't call it
Frozen is.
GMR anymore. You're not allowed.
Yeah.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
No.
I'm really excited about though, especially when you're talking about the more fireworks being
That
added
sounds
to.
really
They
It
Jingle
sounds
Bell.
definitely took every criticism that they were thrown last year and plus the show.
So they basically said, Disney, this show sucks. Can you guys fix it? They're like, okay. And they fixed it.
Well, I think they know that studios really isn't anything right now. Like we went out there the other day, I'm like, wow, there really is nothing to do here anymore.
Yeah, there's
And
like
they're
3
trying
rides.
to get that crowd to come out there, and it
Yeah.
seems like I think it was someone from Dreamers, the other
As
vlog.
Dreamers do?
Yeah, I think it was Maddie who even said the other, on Twitter today, saying that from the sounds of it, it seems like Hollywood Studios has won all the holiday stuff.
What?
It
Well,
really
they
does
gotta
look
do something
beautiful.
with it.
Are you serious?
All
really?
those decorations and stuff, and you get this for free. You don't have to pay $80 to go to a Christmas
Very,
party
very.
to be able to experience this
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, I thought
That's a fair
I thought
point.
you were saying like Hollywood Studios admission is free.
Oh, what?
Oh, that would never
Dude,
happen.
are you
Sorry,
kidding?
Abby.
Baseline Tap House. They have this beer place out there.
I hate you so much.
Right now they have a pineapple.
Oh yeah. So if you don't know, they actually
Ace pineapple.
Yeah, they ran out of bloody orange cider. Apparently they had shipment problems.
So they replaced it with Ace pineapple.
Yeah. Well, it's Ace who actually makes the bloody orange too.
Oh really?
Yeah. But I'm really excited to check out all the Christmas stuff. I don't know.
I
about
really
anybody
had
else.
a great time, and the dessert party also highly recommend. The food was really good, and they had like the dry ice or the CO2,
The nitro thing?
the nitro
We did
ice
that-
cream thing,
yeah.
which was good. And then they had this pumpkin spice bread pudding with vanilla ice
Ooh,
cream.
that sounds good though.
That was heavy.
This sounds almost exactly like we did the Star Wars one for our anniversary a couple years ago, and it was almost like a hodgepodge, bread pudding type deal where it had like pretzels and M&Ms and everything else in it. They did the nitro thing, and legit, like we had a great time with the dessert party, especially because the drinks are included. And you were
Yes.
talking about that they loaded up on the alcohol. The Disney bartenders, I'm gonna hand it to them. They loaded me up on the
they do.
alcohol.
They do.
So like they
They
weren't just like,
do.
oh, here's just a little bit of spritz of the alcohol and here's the rest of the juice. No, it was like 75% alcohol.
Yeah.
Here's the rest of the juice. But
I mean, definitely in the hot chocolates that we tried, you could taste the alcohol in
Yeah.
them. So
and they help you out with allergies too, because like Frocko was able to do all the
Yeah.
gluten free stuff or whatever. So I definitely say if you're into the whole Christmas gimmick, the holidays and everything else, definitely look into doing the.
Studios is really stepping up their game. Yeah, they don't really have a lot right now, but we're almost at the end of 2017, and Toy Story opens in like 6 months.
Supposedly.
Fingers crossed.
Like, fingers crossed it opens on time, but to think about that. That could go by in a blink.
Yeah.
And then we're a year away from Star Wars at that point.
Speaking of Star Wars, really quick, for the first time ever, we were there on Thursday, and I saw the updated version of Galaxy Far, Far Away or whatever it's called.
With the parade floats.
So it's actually really cool the way that they have it. The stage, being able to be moved around like it is. But I finally saw Rey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gorgeous! Oh my goodness!
She looks great.
You want to know something cool? When they hadn't introduced the parade stage yet, she was meeting with Chewbacca.
I heard. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, but real quick though, are you guys doing coverage for Universal, their Harry Potter gimmick?
17th and 18th.
Okay. When does that start?
So-
I don't know exactly.
I don't know.
So
I
17th
could
and 18th
probably
is when it's
find out for
starting.
you. I don't know if I'll get to do that one.
I'm
but
not
that
a
would be
Christmas
cool.
I'm not a Christmas guy by any means, but I'm really excited for
I
this
love
one. I'm
the
like
Christmas.
I'm like
I love
it.
Christmas too.
I
I love
hate
And
it.
Christmas.
Christmas
Last
is so
night-
fun.
Last night definitely got me in the spirit for real. But it was really great.
I'm a
really
Grinch.
excited. And Banks and I had like a talk about Star Wars for a minute. So we were looking at the entrance to Star Wars, which is on Grand Avenue, for those of you who don't get to go to the parks as often as we do. And originally, a lot of people thought it was going to be the entrance to a movie theater. And it actually, Banks showed me, it looks like the overpass of a highway in LA. It's like the
Interesting.
tunnel you go underneath in Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
we'll look at
He'll
that,
show you
yeah.
pictures.
fun.
But yeah,
That's
look up some pictures.
Really cool.
Look at pictures of the entrance. Think about it.
You know
I'm
what?
pretty sure he's right.
You know what that makes me think of is on an Elf where Will Ferrell's like, and then I passed through the candy cane forest, and then I walked through the Lincoln Tunnel.
And it
Oh,
would
man.
make sense because if they build that tunnel and then they put like a grass hill berm like above it, you won't be able to see Star Wars at all.
Yeah.
Which is what I want. I want that Harry Potter.
Feel
I
to
want
it.
that Diagon
Yeah.
Alley.
Yeah.
Like you
Where
walk
you're
around
not
the corner, bam,
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
It would make sense and it would hide the entire land. But that's just a little tidbit.
And I will
Something we
collapse
talked
to the
about.
floor. But
All right.
anyway.
Well, we don't have a lot of time for random, so let's go ahead and get into
wait.
the
What?
new releases of the
Gosh.
week. Sorry, we
Of
talked
the
a lot
work.
today, guys.
Sorry.
Can I
There we
just
go.
play? I just
Oh.
want to say like I played Moira and it was great. Okay.
Wait,
Did you really?
I did. Yeah, she's on the PT. She's
Oh.
on the
You
did what
Disney
now?
region.
Tori played
Moira?
Moira
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
on the PTRs, and
It
she
was
did
great.
Kamehamehas.
She did. It was great.
That's what it is. It really is.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, holy crap! Did I forget to put the movies in? Yeah, I totally did. So TV, everybody go anybody watching TV stuff, and I'll find out what
Shark
the movies
Tank.
are.
American Horror Story.
Is it over? When's the season finale?
This is the next to last episode, and Charles Manson's in it tonight. Jim Jones
Yes.
was in it last week.
And they're doing really good cult.
Really? I haven't
yeah.
watched in the last 2 weeks. All right, but
My
yeah.
boyfriend is a huge cult like weirdo, and he's just like in love every week. They do it so faithful. He was like, you can tell Evan Peters has listened to Jim Jones's voice because he does it so well.
Yeah, he's really done a really good job of transforming it to every.
His Marshall Applewhite geeked me. I was like, oh my god,
Oh,
it's not even the same
when
person.
that popped up, I was like chills. Have you watched what's the name of the movie on Netflix that's loosely based around that?
Stop banging the table.
I'm sorry. I'll let you know later. There's a
Yeah.
movie on Netflix that's very creepy that's loosely based around that whole instance.
So I really want to watch that Waco TV show too. It's supposed to come out next year. Look it up. The trailer's really intense.
I don't have time for TV.
Oh my god.
I wish I
But
did. I still haven't even finished Stranger Things yet.
What?
No, dude, how busy have I been?
Listen.
Either.
We've had friends from England over. We did 24 hours of gaming.
true.
Yeah. I got 3 kids. They got stuff.
Well, then, when you get to episode 7, just read the summary.
Oh my god! Stop.
not bad.
So movie wise, this weekend, Murder on the Orient Express comes out.
I'm gonna watch
I'm
that.
very
I
excited.
want to see that, but
I'm
I'm scared
stoked.
it's gonna suck.
Let's see, Daddy's Home 2, Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg. No, nobody. John Cena's in it. You can't see him.
I'm watching it.
That's really it for the movie wise. Nothing really huge. Because they know something else big is coming out next week.
What's going on next week?
Justice League.
Oh,
I'm not
I
excited to
totally
see
forgot.
it. but- yeah,
I roll.
exactly.
see with Movie Pass. If the movie
But
sucks.
games wise, got some good games coming out this week, guys. So on Friday, Doom comes out for the Switch. No, yes, sir? No. I'm thinking about it. We'll see what happens. On the 3DS, Mario Party Top 100, Need for Speed Payback comes out for all the multi-consoles. And, of course, today, Horizon Zero Dawn, the Frozen Wildlands DLC popped up. I'm excited for that one. I haven't beat the mainline story game or the main storyline of the game, but
I've recently
same.
played
playing
the game. It's so good.
it's great. I love
It's a
it.
great game.
Let's go ahead and get into listener mail real quick. So last week, Matt Clark had a question for Brittany, but she wasn't here, so we'll ask it this week. Says, when is Brittany coming back? Surprise, today.
Now,
I want to
now.
ask her how Postmodern Jukebox was at Epcot and what is her favorite cover.
Postmodern Jukebox was pretty good at Epcot, though I will say, if you are fans of any of the like mainstays, like Haley or Casey or like Blake Lewis or any of the people that are normally on it, that's not what you got. You got kind of the sideliners, the people who are more, they've been with Postmodern Jukebox for a long time, but they're not exactly like the most memorable people. Though you did get the guy who covered Halo, and oh my god, it was like he took everybody to church. It was amazing. It was so beautiful.
What's Halo?
From Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
okay.
a man
Queen.
dressed up in a glittery suit. It was really nice. Everyone dressed up all dapper for it too, which was cool. Like literally the entire crowd. It was like a mini dapper day for that concert.
Really quick, speaking of Beyonce, I didn't put it in the news, but everybody's thoughts about her playing Nala?
I figured it was gonna happen.
OMG, that whole
Stoked.
cast?
Yeah.
The whole cast was
Yeah.
incredible.
What?
Yeah. I'm
Though,
excited.
have you heard about how Migos wants to be the hyenas?
Who?
Oh my
The
god.
Yeah.
rap group Migos.
Oh, okay.
But they already got the hyenas and
Yeah.
they're all great.
But
Yeah.
there's no
Well,
Ed. I'm
everything's
very sad.
Yeah,
You know
they
what?
changed their names.
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
one is still the same. It's not-
Shenzai.
yeah, Shenzi.
Shenzi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was Whoopi
The other
Goldberg's
two had their names changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That
don't know
doesn't
why.
mean that there still won't be an Ed though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's still one that's gonna be
Ed.
So Roy asked from Roy Meets World. He said the benefits and missteps if Disney did acquire Fox. We did talk about a little bit
We
about that
talked
earlier.
about that, yeah.
Travis Coaster, shout out to Travis. He was helping us out with the 24-hour gimmick the other day. He said first intergender match in modern PG WWE era is happening tonight on SmackDown, which actually already happened. It was Becky Lynch versus oh god, who's the guy with Carmella?
James Ellsworth.
Yeah, so that happened. Do you think they're going to get any type of backlash over this? Since everybody wants to complain about something.
No, because they probably had her beat the poop out of him. So
Yeah, I'm sure she did. And I think like all the women surrounded the ring, almost like a lumberjack match.
yeah.
Spoilers. Something happened today on
Hey,
SmackDown.
AJ won the title.
AJ won the title again.
Yeah, thank goodness. I'm actually gonna probably start watching again now. I mean, I like Jinder. Don't get me wrong, but like, wow, man.
I think they
It's not
realized they have something with AJ. But now it's gonna be AJ versus Brock at Survivor
No,
Series.
I'm really watching.
I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do. It's basically David versus Goliath there.
And the UK guys showed up on 205 Live.
Oh, Pete Dunne, right?
Pete Dunne was on Raw, but
Oh, okay.
he was actually on Raw.
Oh,
But
the other guy?
But the other guys, like the UK guys.
Oh, all of them. Oh, that's cool. That's
showed
cool.
up on 205 Live, which is really cool. So yeah, sorry, wrestling talk. Okay.
Yeah, sorry guys.
It's
uh,
okay.
We should
I
just
just
totally have them over
spaced
for
out for
Survivor
30
Series.
seconds.
You know,
yeah, same.
We'll
I was
geek
just
out.
like looking at all the knickknacks in here while you guys are talking.
Josh will enjoy it.
I say, well,
He would.
we went on drinking a few weeks ago, and Josh and I were all talking, wrestling. and
Literally, they
Brittany's
became
just
bros. So, no, the children were having fun with me. So.
But that's actually all the questions for this week. Actually, I believe.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Food and Wine ends next week. Next Monday. Monday.
Thank
right?
God.
Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah, Monday. 13th.
Yeah.
So yeah, Monday.
and then the holidays come.
So
And
get
then
your
if
last
you're a cast
second.
member, you get discounts on all the food.
Yeah,
Monday
we
through
went
Thursday.
We went to Garden
Really?
Grill. It was delicious. Oh my goodness. Oh, that big old Cinnabon thing.
Did
Oh.
you use the holiday coupons?
Nope, we didn't have to. 40% off anyway.
I was gonna say a lot of the
Hey!
restaurants right now.
Yeah.
If you like, we went to use a coupon, they were like, "Oh, it's already 40%."
Exactly.
Off. Like,
That's what we
you don't
exactly
need
what we
use
want
a
to do.
coupon, and we're like, "Okay." Like,
Yeah.
that was the Brown Derby.
Yeah, no, Brown Derby used to be one of the most like swankiest, privatest, like most expensive places to eat on Disney property, and now it's just like, yeah, here's the coupon, here's
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
discount.
it's still expensive, but like, come in. They're like, "Come in." Yeah.
Yeah.
We
You know
need
what?
you.
You know where I want to go? We should all go, and I haven't been there forever. The Sci-Fi Dine-In.
I've
Yes,
never
that's my
eaten there.
favorite.
Why?
I didn't like it when I went.
What was the food you didn't like, or?
I just didn't like the gimmick. They play the same movie, the same
Trailers.
trailers.
Well, it's because if you take forever to eat, yeah.
And then
You're killing me, Didi.
no, not even forever. It's like every 30 minutes. It's the same thing, and it's
Okay,
like
so then don't pay
Then
attention
don't
to
watch
it after
it.
the first
God,
round.
Such a buzzkill,
Yeah, right.
man.
You know what?
You know we're gonna
The
bring
best
them over.
was
We're
the
gonna bring
Star
them
Wars
to Prime.
we could always go
there
to.
where
We
they
could
played
always
Star
go
Wars
to.
clips.
We could always go to another
Primetime?
restaurant.
We'll go to Primetime this
I
way.
would love
Get
to
yelled
go to
at.
Primetime and have them yell at Didi for his
They would
bad
absolutely
manners.
Get your
yell at
elbows off the table.
And I'd be
Put
like,
your phone down.
Can we do that for realsies? Can we do
I'm
that?
14 years old. I'm an individual.
So before we actually end the podcast, we're going to be talking about this because off the air. So Frog has decided she does not want to do Star Wars VR. So I've been
We need
given
to
blessing
go.
to go do podcast VR. So we should totally figure out a day that we're going to go,
all right.
and then we can come on the
Absolutely.
show next week.
Tickets
And
are really not that bad.
When is it?
too.
When's
It's
the-
a-
I
You
think it
can buy
starts.
tickets now.
Yeah, I think it starts
Yeah.
what, the 15th, something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
It's
December. No,
the
November.
day
November.
that it's the day that the movie comes out.
Oh, is
The
it?
weekend the movie comes out. Yes.
Really? I thought it was before that.
That's
I'll have
the
to look that
weekend.
up.
Yep.
I thought it was before.
Okay.
Yes, let's do some Star Wars VR.
Heck yeah.
But Victoria, where can everybody find you on the socials?
On Instagram, it's at Boba Fox. On Twitter, it's at Tori Fett. And I'll be bringing you a Blue Sky Beauty video in like a week and a half.
And that's very
a
neat.
Week, and it will be Thor Ragnarok themed.
Very excited about that. I
Me too. It
did
was
saw the pictures and
so
it looks
much
great.
fun.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Brittany, where can everybody find you?
Everybody can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat at Brittany Tuttle, BritTaniTuttle. My name's spelled funny.
My name is Brittany, and I'm the best.
Oh, DJs want to. Never mind. I can't keep going.
Oh, God. And then on YouTube with Early Night Live every Thursday at 6.
Yay. Didi.
You can find me on all types of social media except Facebook, Blacktimus Prime, BLAKTIMUS Prime, PRIME, Blacktimus Prime. Thank you.
And of course, if you want to interact with the show, on Twitter, it is Attractions EXP. And if you'd like to send us an email, questions, comments, concerns, it is expansiondrive@attractionsmagazine.com. Thank you as always to MEI Travel, Mass Fan Travel, and Universal Fan Travel for sponsoring the show. And of course, videoblocks.com for sponsoring topic of the show. But that's going to be it for us for this week. So from the good brothers and the good sisters, too sweet.